Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a collective reading all about soul awakening, okay? Now before we get started, it is helpful if you are looking for a specific message, it is helpful that you set that intention before the reading starts. So it could be that you see something, hear something that you know that you are in alignment and in the right reading. If you are also looking to get more in tune with your higher self, get more in tune with the messages that Spirit has for you, it is helpful that you do some type of grounding method. And for me, I normally like to put my feet in the grass and or take 3 mindful deep breaths. So you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This just helps you get more in tune with your own intuition and help you be able to hear the messages that are meant for you, okay? So this will be a collective reading. So like I said, please make sure that you set the intentions that what you are hoping to hear comes out in this reading. I will be pulling quite a few cards. I will also be pulling from the Soul Contract deck first, but I will be pulling quite a few cards. That way we can get a wide range of messages for those who will be listening, okay? All right, so if you are ready, get in a nice comfortable position. Make sure you get you some coffee, tea, beer, whatever it is that you need to help get yourself calm and situated and relaxed, and we will get started, okay? All right, do we have any messages in regards to soul awakening for the collective? What messages do we need to hear right now at this time of our soul awakening? Okay, we have universal hug. It says, feel the universe wrap you in an embrace of unconditional love. Let this energy of warmth and acceptance restore and uplift your spirit. Divine warmth, universal love, embracing energy. Okay, so for some of you, Spirit is saying you need a hug. You need to, it's almost like you need to be loved. You need to be carried. For some of you, romance is coming into your life. I'm hearing that. So this universal hug may come through the form of you meeting your soul partner very, very soon, especially because this has a heart here. There's a rose there. For some of you, you may start to see doves or cranes or white feathers, because some of this, these look like feathers to me. You may start seeing white feathers when this person is coming into your life, or when something is happening where it's going to feel like the universe is giving you a hug. For some of you, the planet Saturn may be significant for you. You may be going through your Saturn return right now. For others of you, this could be about your love for the galaxy. I'm hearing, I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm hearing that. Then we have sacred pathway. It says a sacred pathway unfolds before you. Trust in your inner compass and follow the divine guidance that leads to your soul's highest calling. Divine path, inner compass, spiritual guidance. So for some of you, you're going down a new path. Things may be changing for you. And that may be why this universal hug is coming in. Maybe things are being shaken up and you're not really sure how things are going. Maybe you've heard some news recently that made you uncomfortable. And it's almost like Spirit is giving you a hug to say that it's going to be all right. That, like, this could also be, like I said, a person coming in and being guided by Spirit to give you this hug, to give you something that feels warm. For some of you, part of your soul awakening is being soft. That's going to sound so weird, but some of you, part of your soul awakening is almost understanding that you don't have to be such a warrior. Some of you, there is a lot of love that's coming in for you, a lot of healing that's coming in for you, because I just realized this card says echoes of love, okay? So for some of you, this is your soul is awakening to a new partner. Your soul is awakening to self-love as well. I'm seeing the color red, specifically blood. So I don't know if you really recently did blood magic or something like that, but it worked. If that's something that you did, I don't know if you pricked your finger and put it on a candle. I don't know what happened, but if you did anything related to blood magic, it is significant. For others of you, this is TMI, TMI, TMI. You may be on your cycle when this person comes into your life. Your cycles may align with the moon, so you may bleed on the new moon, like at the beginning of the new moon, or the beginning of a full moon. Something about your cycles are falling into place. Something about your cycles falling into alignment with the universe, okay? And then we have echoes of love. It says love echoes throughout the universe, touching all souls. Listen to its call and feel the healing resonance within. Resonance, healing voice, universal connection. Yes, love is definitely coming in. Your soul is awakening to love. This could also be a version of your soul family coming in as well. So some of you, this is definitely about love coming into your life. It could be self-love. This could be love of another person. For some of you, I don't know how to explain this, but you know how February is like the month of love. That may change for you, right? And what I mean, I don't mean like across the world that, you know, the celebration of love can only happen in February. Something about a month coming up is going to be full of love. It's almost like you're going to be in the embrace of the universe that entire month. Something about love is definitely coming your way. For some of you could have been single for a long time. This is a completely new pathway for you. And I'm going to say this as well. You may have been honest with yourself for the first time about where it is you want to, like where you want to go, what it is that you want to do. And it's almost like in your honesty, Spirit is honoring that. Spirit is hugging you, saying, okay, we get it. We love you. We support you, right? That's what I'm getting. Okay. Any other messages? We had a card fall. Okay. We have shards of memory. Wisdom is hidden within the fragments. Reclaim them to unlock deeper understanding. Past life memory, soul reflection, subconscious awakening. So like, yeah, for awakening to come through is definitely here. But for some of you, you're awakening to a past life. For some of you, you may do a past life regression. I'm hearing Spirit is saying if you feel like you've been called to do that, absolutely do it. Something about you reflecting on your soul, being honest about what it is that you want to do. Whether it doesn't have to be about love, it can be about, you know, maybe you've been in the spiritual community and you felt to yourself like, oh, you know, I just want to be spiritual, and you've forgotten the fact, or I don't want to say forgotten, you haven't been honest with yourself about the fact that you want to be rich as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's almost like there's a wisdom in being honest with the part of yourself that you have not like really, you haven't honored this part of yourself. Spirit is saying wisdom is going to be hidden within the fragments of your honesty. It's going to be hidden in fragments of your memory. Something about you, I'm hearing like childlike energy. So for some of you, you're going to be doing or going back to those things that you wanted to do in your childhood. So let's say when you were a kid, you wanted to be a vet, and then when you got older, things just didn't work out, so you ended up going in a completely different direction. Spirit is almost saying you're going to get the opportunity to go back. And I want you to hear me. Even if you are 70, 80, 90 years old, it doesn't matter. Spirit is saying that this is part, Spirit wants you to remember yourself and wants you to go back to those things that made you happy, to those things that like brought you joy, okay? Something about your memory is going to be shaken up. So for some of you, you may absolutely be seeing past lives as well. You may be seeing them in your dreams as well, okay? We have inner guidance. It says, trust your inner guidance. It is the purest voice of your soul. Intuition, inner compass, spiritual wisdom. So for some of you, you're going to be getting a lot of inner guidance that's going to be coming in very, very soon. Spirit wants you to do a little bit more of meditation. A lot of you need to tap into your higher self. There's a message from your higher self to you that you need to tap into, and that's why it's inner guidance. Bottom deck energy is cosmic rhythm. It says, feel the cosmic rhythm. It resonates harmoniously with the flow of your life. Universal pulsation, life rhythm, synchronicities. So for some of you may be seeing a lot of numbers. I'm specifically seeing 555, which talks about change and cycles. So for some of you, you may be seeing a lot of synchronicity. Yep, spiritual rebirth. Yeah. So for some of you, you may be seeing a lot of numbers, synchronicities, confirmations from Spirit that things are happening or changing. For others of you, like, because I'm hearing several different messages, right? Some of you, you're going down a different path. Maybe you're the first person in your family to graduate. Maybe you're the first person in your family to go for an actual career, like, you know, do something like, I don't know, like maybe you're the first person to become a lawyer. Maybe there are other people in your families who have been doctors or who, I don't know, worked in construction, and you're the first person who's going to deviate from that. Spirit is saying when it gets hard, understand that the universe will give you hugs and that there's a lot of love around you. For some of you, this shards of memory, I'm also getting that you may be shattering illusions in your family. So like, let's say the example that I gave earlier, let's say, you know, you come from a family full of doctors and you're going to be a lawyer, or you come from a family full of physicians and now you're going to be an actress or actor, right? Spirit is saying that this may be a little difficult, but to trust your inner guidance, trust that rhythm, the cosmic rhythm that is within you that's guiding you down this path, okay? Wow, and then we have 555 changes here. We're going to get a couple of angel numbers just to see what comes out. We have 1111. It says wish come true. It says moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway. Pathway, gateway, taking actions. It says you're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. So for some of you, things are definitely in alignment. You're going through different cycles, right? And I think that's why this inner guidance and cosmic rhythm is here, is to tell you that you are in alignment, that you cannot miss out on something that is already yours. Because we talked about like love coming in as well. Your soul is awakening to that love, but your soul is also awakening to true wish fulfillment, to wishes coming true, to things that you've prayed for, things that you hope for. They're finally coming into fruition. And Spirit is coming in to say, like, the message here is that you are in alignment, right? Because it talks about cosmic rhythm here. You are in alignment, right? And it's almost like it may feel uncomfortable where you are right now, but spirit is saying that you are in alignment to be exactly where you're supposed to be. And I just saw 1122. You are in alignment. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And it's almost like some of you may want to run because it's difficult and it's not the easiest thing to deal with, but it's almost like Spirit is going to wrap you in its embrace to let you know that you are right, okay? Bottom deck energy is 2121. It says energy levels, and yeah, it's crazy because I saw 1122. So 111222 may be significant for you. So this says energy levels. It says prosperity, harmony, wow, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, the opposite sex. It says that day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. Yeah, I just said that you may want to run away, and like Spirit is going to wrap you in its embrace to let you know you're all right. It says you're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Yes, Spirit is definitely coming through to say that you need to trust in your higher self. You need to trust in the inner power that is within you. For some of you, you may feel like you're starting all over. Spirit is saying that's by design, right? The reason why you feel like that is because newness is needed. It is time for you to start over. It is time for you to go down a different path, right? We talked about sacred pathways here. For some of you, this is about going back into your memory and seeing those things that you gave up, seeing the parts of yourself that you gave up. For some of you, you've completely lost who you are as an individual, and your soul awakening is part of you getting that back, okay? Let's get you some other cards. What other messages do you have for them, for the soul awakening? What's awakening within their soul? Okay, so we have conditioning. It says, have you accepted the illusory limits placed onto you by your upbringing and social conditioning? So for some of you, your conditioning is changing. What you believe, what you see as truth is absolutely changing. And it's part of like your conditioning is reshifting. Like we talked about going down a new path as well, right? Shards of memory, right? Some of you, you're going to be shattering the memories of, conditioning that has been but like that you have felt throughout your life. Like let's say you had a tumultuous relationship with money because you grew up believing that money was the root of all evil. Something about your conditioning is going to be changing around that, because even you got financial freedom right here, but something about your conditioning is going to actually be changing. Okay, what are the messages, Spirit? What are the messages about soul awakening, higher self? What are the messages? Okay, we have focus. It says it's difficult to be productive when your energy is scattered in so many directions. For some of you, some things may be ending. If you want to start your own business, it's very possible that if you have a 9-to-5 job, it could be ending very soon. Don't be afraid of this. It's ending for a specific reason. Yeah, because you got niche under here. It's ending for a specific reason. It's because Spirit wants you to be more focused on what it is that you are meant to do. But right now, you're focused on your 9-to-5. Then we have training. It says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage of your career. So for some of you, part of the reason why this 9 to 5 is ending is so that you can be training and really focus on this new endeavor that you're going to be dipping into. Right now, you haven't really had the training and you haven't been able to go to the next level, and you've been wondering why. It's because you need a little bit more training in this particular endeavor. And then your bottom deck energy is discover. It says there is still an essential piece of your puzzle that you have yet to discover. A missing piece of information must fall into place before you will know your next step. Yeah. So for some of you, this training, spirit is okay. So I'm hearing set back for set up. So for some of you, you may go through a loss of your 9 to 5 job. And this is just an example. It doesn't have to be, but if what we're talking about is your job, you may go through a loss of your 9 to 5 job so that you can focus and get some training in, and to discover this missing piece on why you haven't been able to progress in your entrepreneurship. For others of you, this could be a relationship. I'm hearing, okay, if this resonates, take it. If it doesn't, you know it's not yours. For some of you, you're in a relationship right now, and you're in a relationship because of conditioning, right? It's easier to stay in this relationship. This relationship doesn't really challenge you, so it's not like you have to be a different version of yourself. You can just continue to be the version of yourself that you are right now. And Spirit is saying that is changing. I would not be surprised if you've been in a relationship that has felt just, I don't want to say easy, but it's felt really, really comfortable. And then all of a sudden, things start shifting. You're getting into more arguments. You don't, agree with each other. There's a lot of disagreements that are happening. It's because Spirit is shifting your focus from the conditioning that what you've allowed yourself to accept, because this is acceptance. You've definitely settled, I'm hearing. Spirit is saying that you've allowed yourself to settle, and because you've allowed yourself to settle, there is a new path that you need to go on. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to switch out of this. Like, I'm hearing a cycle is coming to an end, right? So for some of you, this could be about your relationship, because I'm getting the two heavy messages I'm getting is about relationship, and it's also about your job, right? For some of you, this is about you not believing that you deserve love, and it's almost like Spirit is going to send someone to you to give you this universal hug, and you're going to realize that you deserve so much more than you've given yourself credit for. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards. Like clarifying. Okay, thank you. We have worthy goal. It says get out and be inspired to keep working toward your life purpose. And then the other side says fresh ideas. It says stay open-minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solutions. So for some of you, this is definitely about your entrepreneurship, right? You know that there's a goal that you need to hit, because it talks about your life purpose. So for some of you, you could be finally moving into your life purpose, really stepping into a newer version of yourself. Like, you may have been asking Spirit, like, what is my life purpose? What are some of the things that I need to do? And you're finally going to step into that. Okay, let's get you another card. What is your soul awakening to? Thank you. We have tide of transition. Yeah, I'm not even surprised. It says embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transition into love and work. So for some of you, this is about love. Yeah, and that's been coming out as well, because we talked about entrepreneurship, and then we have universal hug and echoes of love. The other side, it says ride the current. It said embrace change, flow with the rhythm, and release resistance. Answers unfold in the dance of transition. So for those of you who've been wondering, like you've been having this feeling like things are about to change, they are, right? Spirit is saying it may be a little rocky at first, especially because you got to ride the current. It may feel a little bit rocky at first, but Spirit is saying go through it. For those of you where this is a relationship ending, like I said, it may feel rocky at first, and I think it's going to feel even more rockier if you try and fight it, right? If you're hearing this message, you're under the sound of my voice and you're hearing this message, this is Spirit warning you that things are about to change, things are about to shift. And it's because it's almost like Spirit is saying you've been playing small in your love life. You've been playing small in work. You haven't tested your limits, and Spirit is going to test those limits for you. Bottom deck energy is be here now. It says practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. The other side says take great care. It says nurture yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. So for some of you, the message that I'm hearing is Spirit saying when this gets rough, nurture yourself, right? Be mindful, be in the moment. Understand that peace is a gift that you can access at any time. Okay, it is it is a gift that you can reach for whenever things get rough, when things get difficult, right? Understand that a wish is coming true, because I'm getting that, because it's almost like I can feel your energy saying, oh my God, I don't know if I really want this, because like it's going to shake up my routine. It's going to shake up what I've been doing. And Spirit is saying that is the point of this. The point of this is to shake it up. It is to change your perspective on what it is that you've been doing all this time. Some things are definitely going to be shifting. They're going to be changing, but it wouldn't be happening right now if you weren't ready for it. Even if you don't know that you're ready for it, something within your soul is ready for this change. You're ready for something new. You're ready to, I'm hearing, be trained in different arts. So for those of you who are listening, who are on the spiritual side, you may feel called to a new practice. You may feel called to try something new, try something different. It doesn't have to be spirituality, but that's what I'm getting. For those of you where you are doing, let's say you've been doing one thing and you're doing something that you love, Spirit is saying that there is going to be an elevation in what you're doing. So you may try and do something a little bit different. So let's say if you, I don't know, if you make lip gloss right now, and you love doing that, but now you're feeling called to like make balms for the skin, or you're being called to tap more into like face creams or something like that. Spirit is saying that this is an elevation. That's why you've been given these ideas, right? I'm hearing something. You may have seen something in your dreams, like you may have seen yourself in your dreams, like in a cosmetic store helping someone. There could be someone that you see as a spiritual being in this store. For some reason, I'm getting, like, the example I'm getting is a dream that I had where I saw a priestess, a voodoo priestess, in a shop. She was in like a skincare shop. So for some of you, that may be something that you're seeing in your dreams. Okay, let's get you some cards from the Shaman Dreams Oracle deck. Okay, let's get 2 cards. Spirit, can we get 2 cards, please, from this deck? What's awakening in their soul? What's awakening in their soul, Spirit? Thank you. We have dance on 1 foot, balancing act. Okay. For some of you, that balancing act is talking about your work, your 9 to 5. You've been balancing a lot. For some of you, you will continue to balance for a little while because right now it's not conducive for you to leave your 9 to 5. For others of you, that's about to change, right? The ability to allow you to leave your 9 to 5 is about to change. You won't have to deal with a balancing act anymore. And it's crazy because I saw this exact color grasshopper outside my front door, and its leg was broken. So for some of you, you've had to balance because you haven't had that other leg. And this is not physical, right? This is spiritual. This is mental. This is financially. This could even be financial. You've had to balance on 1 foot because that other leg has been broken. Spirit is saying it's because it's almost like Spirit set you down, or will sit you down. So take this as if it resonates. It's almost like Spirit is going to sit you down, because I talked about the loss of a job, right? Spirit is going to sit you down so that you can focus, right? Because just imagine, right? Just imagine if you were to lose one of your legs, right? And you had to learn how to walk again, right? Because we got this training card here in focus. You had to learn how to walk again with one leg. You had to learn how to redo everything all over again. But it's a balancing act now, because now you just roll out of bed and then you walk, right? I'm not saying you're going to lose your leg. I'm just giving an example. And I just saw 24, okay? But you get out of bed and you just walk, right? But if you were to lose one of your limbs, it would probably look very different when you get out of bed. You have to have more focus on, okay, how do I get up? How do I make sure I'm standing? How do I get from this point to this point? How do I get from my bed to the bathroom, right? Something about a balancing act is going to be happening, and it's because spirit needed to sit you down, okay? And then, yeah, bottom deck energy. Well, no, your other card is the wall obstacles. So spirit, for some of you, spirit is clearing obstacles. For others of you, spirit is putting obstacles in your way for you to slow down. Bottom deck energy is the crossing. It says initiation. So I'm going to read all three of these from the book. But some of you, you could definitely be going through an initiation where things are absolutely shifting and changing for you. And it may be a little scary because we talked about that balancing act, right? We talked about a setback for a setup, right? So spirit, maybe something is going to happen very soon where you're feeling like things are not like going the way you hope that they would go, and that's okay. That's why you got that universal hug. It's like spirit is coming through to say it's all right, everything's going to be fine. These obstacles are in your way because there's something else we want you to do, right? The reason why, let's say you're applying for a job and you haven't got that job. There's a reason why you haven't got that job. That job is not for you. There's something else better for you, okay? Maybe a job, a regular 9 to 5 is not what you're supposed to have. Maybe you're supposed to go more down the entrepreneur path. And that's why spirit hasn't allowed you to get this job that you're looking for, okay? So let's look at this card. It says, dancing on one foot, balancing act. Resourcefulness, saying yes to life. It says, when dances on one foot shows up, you are called to find a new balance. Yeah, what did I talk about? Like if you were to lose one of your limbs, you're having to readjust, right? So finding a new balance. It says, just as a dancer moves gracefully into each pose, no matter how precariously balanced a step might seem, you must bring equanimity to the situation before you, no matter how thorny or difficult a relationship seems. If you are putting too much effort into managing your life, work, relationship, family, and digital media, you are missing the point. You have to be dancing while juggling your entire life, knowing that at any one time, half of it is going to be up in the air. Yeah, like what I talked about, the losing the limb, right? The grasshopper that I saw. It's important to understand that life is like a roller coaster. Like sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. So if you're in a place right now where you're down, just know that you're on an upward tick, okay? Then it says, it's not that you are doing too much and find it impossible to catch up. Rather, is that you are confusing readiness with preparation. You will never ever be fully prepared for all the changes in life, but you can be ready to say yes to a new invitation the universe offers you. Yeah, you got invitation and initiation here. It says ready to say yes to a new invitation the universe offers you. Live in a state of yes to spirit and no to everything not infused with life, romance, vitality, and the sacred. You will be surprised by how quickly your load lightens when you hold true to this lesson. It says you are challenged now to work with the resources available to you and not be seduced by the belief, if I only had more. Life has provided you with everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill your mission. When it feels like you are losing your balance, do not contract, okay? Holding your arms close to your chest, for you will fall. Instead, reach out and extend them fully, saying yes to spirit's steadying hand. So for some of you, there is something that's going to be coming in. You're going to get the opportunity to say yes to. It may feel a bit unsteady in the beginning when you get this opportunity, but spirit is saying that this is a balancing act. For some of you, this could be about you extending yourself and doing like your 9 to 5, but also doing something more on the entrepreneurship path, because I keep getting like this extension, like you're extending yourself. And I think the book talked about it as well. You're extending yourself. For some of you, spirit is saying that there is something new that's going to be happening where you're going to have to like balance your life out a little bit. And it could be like I talked about in that relationship, right? You're coming out of a conditioning that you've had probably for so long that you don't even realize you've been conditioned to feel this way. But it's almost like there's going to be a shift that's going to be happening in your life. A shift is going to be taking place, and it's because now is the right time for it to happen, okay? And then we have the wall obstacles. So I'm going to read that from the book. So it says obstacles, being unconvinced by life detours, no action or none action. It says there are moments in your life when you are so geared up, so sure that you are on track, with such drive and momentum that you are shocked and confused when you encounter a wall. This unpredictability occurs outside your ability to plan, regardless of if you've done everything right in alignment with the divine. Yeah, for some of you, this is to me is talking about when I, mentioned earlier about you being in a relationship where you've been settling and you're going to run into a brick wall, right? For those of you where you're in a job where you've been settling for this job as well, you're about to run into a brick wall. So just prepare yourself, okay? It says it's imperative that you change your attitude now. This temporary roadblock is not an obstacle to blast through. Yeah, I just talked about the roller coaster, right? Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes, some of you may be in a downward swing and you're about to go up, okay? So it says, this is not an invitation to push harder and cancel other plans or worry about who will win or lose. This is a stopping point to enable you to slow down and contemplate the part of the manifesting equation that you and everyone else forgets. Life on life's terms will override your best laid plans. Yes, inconvenient as it may seem, this experience is an important reminder that you are a human being, not a human doing. Perhaps you're being reminded of your morality, or that you are but a small part of a bigger universe where your destiny intersects with others. Your life may be meant to serve another purpose at this moment, and your attention meant to be directed elsewhere. Like what I said when I talked about the relationship, right? Your focus on, you may be, dealing with this relationship where you're just doing, it's almost like you're doing this relationship for the sake of doing this relationship. And Spirit is saying there's something more beautiful that's coming in for you, okay? It says, consider that this place of temporary non-action is exactly meant to be for you. Perhaps it's because all you desire and have set in motion needs to come to a coalescence into the form of the other side. Could it be that all the elements are not yet in place for its manifestation to be for the highest good of all? Patience is required now, and wisdom that this might be a great time to take a break and contemplate gratitude. What is truly yours will never be walled off from you. Yeah, Spirit is saying that if you're worried about this relationship ending and you're thinking to yourself like, I really thought this person was the one, Spirit is saying if they are the one, they'll be back, right? What is for you is for you. No one can take away what is for you, right? But if it's not for you, wouldn't you want to know now, right? If you're not in the right relationship, wouldn't you want to know now? If you're not in the right job, wouldn't you want to know that now instead of like 5, 6, 7, 10 years down the line? Okay, then we have the crossing initiation. It says rite of passage. You have come to stand on one side of a river. The opposite bank leads into the darkness of the eternal cave where the old dies and then is born again. This is a place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still as if in temporary repose. And that word temporary keeps coming through. So if you're in a place where things are uncomfortable, right, where you're in that like broken leg situation I'm talking about, Spirit is saying that it's only temporary. Okay, it says you must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it is time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating your world. Your soul is awakening to something completely new. It is something, and I just saw 3333. It's very uncomfortable. Because you don't know what's coming, right? You're like you see this person at this door going in right here. You don't know what's coming. So because of that, there is fear there, okay? It says, don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you're ready. Yes, you're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the things in which you've kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Step in the boat waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cove where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so you can be born again with the world without denial or artifice. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act, of the highest love. Yeah, for some of you, like for love to come in out again, this is definitely about a relationship. This is definitely about you letting go of a relationship that no longer serves you. This is about you letting go of past hurts, past pains that they no longer serve you. They are not yours. Some of you, you're going through an initiation phase. And I think I mentioned this before, where your practice could be changing. Things could be shifting for you. This is about your job shifting for some of you. This is about your spiritual path is shifting. You may, like I said, be doing something completely different than what you're doing right now. So like example, I'm an oracle reader, right? I could, transition into mediumship, right? So it's a lot that could be happening for you, that you could be transitioning into something completely new. Even 9 talks about completion. So you could be transitioning into something new. Ooh, also 5 + 4 is also 9 as well. So, you could definitely be transitioning into something completely new, starting over. 5 + 6 is 11. You got 11 here, 11, 11 here. So those numbers could be significant for you. 9, 11, 11, 11, 21, 21, 30. I saw 33, 33. So 333 could be significant, but it may be around that the time of this initiation and transition that you start seeing new things. And I don't know if you can hear the cop car that's coming, like the siren. For some of you, this is a siren in your life. This is saying that things are changing. There is an emergency happening where things are shifting from where they are right now to something completely new. Okay, let's pull from the manifestation deck and see what you're manifesting in this soul awakening. What was the collective manifesting in this soul awakening, spirit? Thank you. We have lunar magic. It says connect with natural cycles of the moon to attract what you want. I sync with nature. If I'm not mistaken, okay, I think this was the reading where I talked about your period or your cycle, depending on what you call it, is going to be in sync with the moon. I believe it was in this reading that I said that. And that message to me is coming out again with this lunar magic. For some of you, use the phases of the moon to manifest. Use the phases of the moon to release things that no longer serve you as well. I'll definitely say do some research about the phases of the moon. But for some of you, something could be happening for you on a full moon. Something about something coming in. This love could be coming in for you on a full moon. These changes could be happening on a full moon as well, or 2 days before the full moon, I'm hearing. And then we have blessed growth. It says stay firmly rooted in your intentions and reach for the sky. I nurture my dreams. So for some of you, your dreams are coming true. Yeah, because we got wishes coming true. For some of you, there's a lot of growth coming in for you. And look at that, we got a full moon there as well. There's a lot of growth coming in for you, but it's going to be, it's almost like it's divinely guided. It's being blessed. And spirit is nurturing your dreams. I think that's why that hug came through as well. Spirit is nurturing your dreams. It's nurturing the part of you that is growing. Okay. Your bottom deck energy is heavenly embraced. And I just saw 44. It says you will never lose your way, for all paths will lead you back home. My angels guide me. So spirit is saying, like, that butterfly is about transition, right? Whenever I see butterflies, I always think of transition. That heavenly embrace keeps going back to the universe giving you a hug. The universe is going to give you a hug in some way, form, or fashion, even through this transition, because it may feel hard, like you may be going through a transition, because we talked about that, right? Things changing, you're going through an initiation. You will be embraced during this time. Spirit is going to give you a hug, to let you know that you're never lost, right? Your angels are also around you to guide you. So you may be dreaming about angels, or you may have been hearing certain names of angels like Metatron or Gabriel. I don't know why I'm hearing Aries as well, but you may be hearing the names of angels recently. Spirit is saying to do some research on those angels that you've been hearing, because maybe they're calling out to you. Okay. So collective, this is all of the messages that I have for all of us. I am sending you a big hug along with the universe, sending you a hug, letting you know that this transition is meant to happen right now. See these obstacles that's coming into your life as, not as if they're happening to you, but if they're as if they're happening for you, because they are, right? This is a transition that's needed right now, and it may feel like, you know, things are being taken away from you, but it's because there's something else coming in for you. Okay, so this is all the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for sticking out with me all the way to the end, and I will see you in our next one. Bye.